Welcome back, Bulldogs fans. In this video, we're going to be recapping the Martinsburg versus Spring Mills game from Friday night. So if you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe below. Let's hop right in. The rematch of last year's state title game would see Spring Mills get the football first, and after a quick 3-and-out, they try and catch Martinsburg sleeping with a fake punt, and it wouldn't work, giving the Bulldogs great starting field position. From there, it would take just a few plays before Boston Todd would take the jet sweep and power his way into the end zone, putting Martinsburg up 7-0. Next, Spring Mills' possession would see the Dogs' front dominate and force another 3-and-out. This time, Spring Mills would actually punt and give the Bulldogs the ball back. Brian Dick would extend the drive a little on 3rd and 9 as he scrambles away from pressure and picks up the first, tiptoeing down the sideline. And just a few plays later, Kingston McDonald Gibson takes the handoff, breaks multiple tackles, and is able to will himself into the end zone, 14-0 Bulldogs. Spring Mills would get their first down of this drive, but it would stall due to a false start on 4th and short, forcing the Cardinals to punt. The next few possessions were 3-and-outs for both teams, so we pick it up in the second with the Bulldogs driving and KMG again with a big run into Spring Mills territory, which helped set up the eventual Terrell Cofield touchdown run, making this game 21-0 Bulldogs. The Martinsburg D-line continued to dominate the next Cardinals drive as the Dogs get the ball back after a big sack on 3rd down, and after a tough 4th down conversion by Brian Dick keeps this drive alive. Brian Dick would find Boston Todd all the way down to the 1-yard line, which sets up the fullback dive from Terrell Cofield, making it 28-0 Dogs. After a quick 3-and-out gives Martinsburg one more scoring chance before half, Brian Dick drops back and finds Ty Ricketts down the sideline to the 15-yard line, but this drive would stall due to penalties, and we would go into the half 28-0 Martinsburg. The second half starts with the Dogs getting the football, and they're driving into Spring Mills territory as Myers extends the drive with this 3rd down run. A PI sets the Dogs up inside the 15, where Brian Dick gets up to the 5 with a nice run, and then he lines up at running back in the Maryland I and powers it in to go up 35-0. The next Spring Mills drive sees Xavier Anderson finally get involved as he goes up and catches this one-on-one ball to pick up a Cardinals first. The drive would stall shortly after as the Bulldogs D-line gets the big sack on 3rd down. And after facing 2nd and 24, Brian Dick would take the quarterback power, find a hole, and takes it 40 yards into Spring Mills territory. That would set up this shot play for Boston Todd, and he makes the catch in double coverage, but he is out of bounds. That would bring up 4th and 20, and Brian Dick scrambles for the first, but he would come up a few yards shy, making this an empty possession. Spring Mills would take over there, and after a penalty pushes them back to their own 6, they have trouble moving the ball at all and would have to punt from inside their own 5. And after multiple close calls, the Dogs finally blocked this punt in the end zone, and Mikey Dillard recovers for a Bulldogs touchdown, giving us our final score in this one, 42-0 Bulldogs. What an incredible game from this defense, mainly the defensive line. They kept that 4-man front a lot in this game like they did against Morgantown, and the push-up front on defense has been a huge difference maker in recent weeks. This is now 7 straight wins for the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs do have a bye this week, but will end their season on Friday, November 7th against Hurricane. For players of the game in this one, I'm going to go with Brian Dick on offense. He wasn't quite as crisp in the air in this game as he has been in recent weeks, but he had over 200 total yards and always seemed to make the big play for the Bulldogs when they needed it. On defense, it was truly hard to pick from one of these down linemen, but I'm going to choose Jordan Kovacs. I counted a sack and a half with 3 TFLs for him, but really this entire D-line controlled the game start to finish. They only allowed 11 rush yards, and they combined for 6 sacks. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, please hit the like and subscribe below. As always, stay blessed and go Bulldogs.